what is the need of this Rajneesh Foundation International. You know, the Ramakrishna was a great master, but after he left his body, there was a confusion how to preserve his teaching. So his dedicated disciple Vivekananda created Ramakrishna Mission. Because of Ramakrishna Mission, people know about Ramakrishna all around the world, and his teaching and his books are available around the world. Similarly, Yoganand ji formed an organization in America, Self-Realization Fellowship. No? Because Yukteswar Giri and other masters, they have worked, but they didn't form an organization. So it was the vision of Yoganand ji, that he formed an organization. So after the demise of Yoganand ji, still the organization is very organized and it is active and printing books, making his meditation available around the world. So a Sangha, a brotherhood is needed. Otherwise, teaching cannot be made available around the world. So these days, this idea is coming into my mind that all the direct disciples of Osho who were initiated by Osho or who had lived with Osho, they are all over 70. And every year, few friends are leaving their body. So after some time, all the first batch of disciples, all those who were torchbearer of Osho movement during Osho lifetime, they will be gone. And there may be confusion then. Like in Nepal, I started the movement in 74. I started, Bhagwan told me to start even before sannyas. There was the Jivan Jagriti Kendra. So actually Jivan Jagriti Kendra was started in 70, but it was not very active. But after 74, Ashish Meditation Center became active, and it has produced many sannyasi. The seed is Ashish Meditation Center. Now we have hundreds of centers around Nepal. So people trust me, a lot of people trust me. Some people also distrust me. But we have been able to spread Osho message in Nepal, and there are about 100 centers and close to 95,000 disciples. So there is a question, when I am gone, there may be some confusion. It's very natural when there will be some confusion. So I got this inspiration from the divine that we should make a brotherhood who can look after the Bhagwan's work, Osho work, all over the world. Because these days communes are closing down, centers are closing down, except in Nepal, outside. Many communes has been closed down. When I conduct meditation camp, I've conducted meditation camp in Western Hemisphere. Many resorts where I conducted meditation camp, they told me long time back, sometime year back, it was a Osho commune. But there's nobody to inspire them, so commune has been closed, and it has become a resort. Recently, a very old and very beautiful commune in Bhopal, a very old commune, has been closed down, and it has become a church. Just overnight, it became a church. So it is happening. In a state of new commune should be open, because Osho vision is so much needed in the modern time. But our communes are closing down in every country except in Nepal. So we should form a brotherhood, a sangha, who can inspire people and who can help people. So it was the duty of our headquarters, Pune, to inspire people, to give them the guidance. But unfortunately, the guy who says that Bhagwan gave him his dreams, he never appears physically, or he never gives any guidance through Facebook or Zoom. Lot of people don't recognize him, who is he. No? So the Pune ashram should have been our guardian and it source of inspiration and support to keep Osho movement going around the world. Unfortunately, even the entry into the ashram has been restricted for all torchbearer, old sannyasi. About 1,000 sannyasi are not allowed even to enter. Those sannyasi who were with Osho and who were in Kirtan Mandali or opened the center or who were in Ajispuram. So about 1,000 sannyasi is banned. They cannot even enter. So looking at this situation, it is a need of the time that we should form a organized sangha, a meeting place of lovers of Osho, brotherhood of meditators, so that they can inspire other people to, and also keep the movement, Osho teaching in purest form, like sannyas, mala, Osho pictures. Now even Osho pictures is not available, only Tapovan is keeping Osho pictures, and we are supplying whoever wants. Mala, lot of people are asking for mala, and we are sending mala throughout the world, whoever wants mala. So a need is there. A need is there for a sangha. So that's why the existence is giving me this idea in my mind that we should discuss this matter and we should start a sangha, a brotherhood, a very loose type of organization in which nobody should impose anything on others. Everybody is free. It should not be like a church where there is a pope or hierarchy of priesthood. No, it is just my idea in my mind that it should be just a brotherhood of friends who love Osho and who want that his message should remain alive and it should be protected in its purest form. How it will function, we can discuss, and it should be a dynamic and living organization, so we can every day new people will join and new idea will come, so we'll keep on reforming it. But after Buddha left his body, in Kushinagar, there was great confusion. And about 30 bhikshu started shouting that now Shastra is gone and we are free and we will not follow anybody and we do whatever we like. So looking at this, Mahakashyap, Anand, and other dedicated disciples of Buddha, they felt a need of a Sangha. So, in Rajagir, first Buddha Sangha was arranged. There are hundreds of dedicated Buddha disciples who had lived with Buddha. They gathered and they formed the Sangha. Although in any dynamic organization there will be branches, Osho is such a dynamic teacher and he has spoken on so many subjects that it is very natural that many branches like Mahayana, Hinayan, Vajrayana, there are more than 36 branches in Buddhism that started immediately after Buddha's demise. So nobody can check that will happen in Osho. I know that there will be many branches and people will interpret their teaching, but at least his legacy should be protected. His book should be available, his meditation teachers should be there who can introduce meditation. Those who want to take sannyas, there should be facility that people can get initiated into sannyas, and there should be sangha where people can come and meditate, because the dedicated place of communes is the dream of Osho. Osho wanted that his commune should be spread all over the world, and people can come and live there for a week or month, and they can recharge their energy, and then they can go into the world and leave the Jorva. But whenever they need juice of Buddha, they should come to the commune. So we should open commune all over the world, and the existing commune should not be closed down, because every year some communes are closed down. It is a strategy that slowly people are made frustrated and people are divided, people are discouraged. Even we cannot keep Osho picture in my Facebook. A lot of people are interested in making film on Osho life. Hundreds of film could be, because his life was such a dynamic, hundreds of film can be created. And many famous filmmakers are interested, but they are discouraged. We don't see Osho on TV. So these are the Osho's other masters, we watch them on TV. But we can't see Osho on TV. So these are the facts, and these are the challenges that we have to overcome, and we have to keep his legacy alive. That is the basic principle and needs for this Rajneesh Foundation International. It should be a dynamic organization, and it should not, I will repeat, it should not impose anything on others. Everybody is free. But it should support people who want to meditate and give facility for people to take sannyas. And his book is popular around the world. Now the income of the book is going, we don't know where it is going. His 700 books, his best-selling books, they are printed in almost all important languages of the world, but we don't know where money is going. No? So these are the challenges. So the idea, existence is giving into my mind that I should discuss it with my friends, and we should form a Sangha to protect Osho legacy.